I'm Katerina with KM Sews. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and today I will show you how to make this adorable adjustable wristless strap. Here it is. It's made in chocolate brown vinyl. It has this cute little buckle here, and you can adjust it. It has 2 holes and you can adjust it just to fit better to your wrist. It's just a nice alternative to the usual wristless straps that we all know. It's quick, it's easy, and you can use up your vinyls that you have laying around like I do. And so it also doesn't need too much supplies. It needs your vinyl, 1 buckle, 2 rivets, and of course your swivel hook. So, and you can make a few in a day. So I made today a couple of, I would say in a half an hour, I made this one here. Then I made the red one. And then this one here is also adorable. It's in soft vinyl. And you can also make one in real leather, just like this one here with the black leather. If you like this video today, just give me a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe down below and click that little bell. And it will notify you of additional videos, tutorials, or other tips and tricks that you might like to see. So, let's start sewing, and I see you in a bit. Okay, here's our supply list that is needed for today's project. We have our vinyl. Here I chose this chocolate brown vinyl. We need our rotary cutter or a scissor. We have a buckle, 1/2 inch. We have 2 rivets, which are 8 millimeters. 1 swivel clasp, 1/2 inch. Then we have a chalk marker or a friction pen. And then we need our hole punch, of course some clips, and a double-sided tape. And we need our ruler for cutting. So let's get started. So first let's cut our vinyl to size. Here too we need a piece that is 15 inch in length and 1.5 inch in width, which I already have done. So here's my piece, 15 by 1.5. Since this is a fairly thin vinyl, it's okay to cut it like this. If you have a thicker vinyl, like this one here, you might only cut it by 15 inch in length and 3/4 inch in width. Because what we will do with this thicker vinyl, we just fold it in half to reduce the bulk, so we can fit it nicely through our buckle and it just doesn't seem like bulky. So let's put this aside. Now we turn our vinyl right side down, and then we will draw a center line, which is 3/4 inch away from the raw edge. So let's do that. And we will be using our friction pen or chalk mark, whatever you have at hand. So let's draw the line. Here we go. Perfect. Now, since I am using a double-sided tape that is only 1/4 inch, I will be placing my tapes on both sides of the long edges all the way along, so I can easily adhere that to the center. So let's do that, and we're placing it on both sides of these long edges. And then we snip that off. And let's do that on the other side. If you have issues with your machine with stitching through a tape, just use a little bit of an alcohol and wipe down your needle. That prevents it from sticking to the tape. So let's remove this and let's fold the side to the center so it meets nicely, and press it into place. And we will be doing this on both sides. So let's do that. Alrighty, once you have pressed it in place, you just need to fold it again in half so the raw edges are in the center of the vinyl. And we're using our clips. And we clip it in place. I like those hair clips because those hair clips, they don't leave marks like the regular clips. They have these little ridges here, and they tend to leave marks, although it goes away. But I'm just using those hair clips. It's easy. Oops. Come on. Almost done. Perfect. Alrighty, that's that. Now, like I said, if you have a thicker vinyl, you only cut it to 3/4 of an inch. And here too, let's put this aside, you only place your double-sided tape on one side of the edge, and then you're just lining up both raw edges. Just like this, and you will do that all the way down. Perfect. Alrighty. Perfect. And yes, we have a raw edge. We leave a raw edge in this case. However, you can easily coat that with a paint. So you can use either edge coat or something similar and just coat it around, let it dry, and it's just perfect. I'm going to put a couple clips in here just to keep it in place. And then we will be heading to the sewing machine, and we will be sewing up our straps. One more. And we'll be sewing all around our piece, our strap, on all four sides at approximately 1/8 of an inch seam allowance. So let's go and do that. Okay, so now we're here at the sewing machine, and again, we will be stitching all around that strap on all four sides at approximately 1/8 inch of a seam allowance. In this case, I used a coordinating thread. I'm using a Gutermann's polyester, and I use a stitch length of 3.5 millimeter. So let's start. I also use a stiletto, which is very helpful by pushing that thin strap through your sewing machine. So, and again, don't forget to backstitch at the begin and at the end of your sewing. So let's get started. Alrighty, perfect. Now let's snip off our thread close to the stitching. And then I just use my lighter just to seal in the ends of the thread. Here we go. Also, we will be just cutting that little seam allowance down on the short edge all the way close to your stitch line. Just like that, just to make it nice and neat. Here we go. And this is your strap. Of course, you can seal in again with using some edge paint. You can seal in both raw edges. So in this case, I would just use a dark brown. But for now, we just leave it. I can do that probably a little bit later. So this is the strap. And I did also the other one already. So here's the other strap, which is just the 3/4 inch. Okay, now let's attach our buckle. So we will be measuring 1 inch from one side, and we will place a mark right in the center here. So 1 inch, just a little mark, just like this. Now we need to make our hole right in the center, just to make sure that we don't compromise our stitching. Alrighty. Then we take our buckle and lining it up nicely. And we push the strap inside here and through the other side. Here we go. And then we kind of pull on that so it's nice in place. And then we need to place our rivet in order to close it up here. And we place the rivet just a little bit, maybe 1/4 inch inside of that strap here, just like right here. And we'll be punching our hole through both layers, making sure everything is centered. Also your strap lines up, all the edges are lining up. There we go. Then we take our rivet and we will be placing our rivet through both layers. And since I make my holes just a little bit smaller, so it's kind of a little tighter to push that rivet through, but it's much better to have a smaller hole than a larger one. Here we go. And then I'll be placing, I'm going to my rivet press, and I will do that off camera. So I see you in a bit. Perfect. So here's our rivet and our buckle. So now we have to place our swivel hook, and we will be measuring from this edge right here down 3 inch and making another mark, approximately 3 inch. And we're just using this time a chalk marker because we don't want that a permanent line. And we're just making a line here so we know where to place our swivel hook. Okay, once we're finished with it, we will be placing our swivel hook onto the strap. Make sure you're placing it so it's pointing out rather than in. And here is that line, so it should be just like this. So your swivel hook is outside, and here is your buckle. And we will be measuring approximately 1/2 inch from this edge down to place our second rivet. So here we are, just a 1/2 inch, just like this. Perfect. And we are punching our hole again through both layers, making sure that we're just aligning all sides. Here we go. Perfect. And we're placing our second rivet, pushing it through. And again, I will be going to my rivet press, and I'll be right back. Perfect. So now you have your swivel hook attached, and you have your buckle. Now we have to just punch our holes so we can actually close our buckle. And we'll be punching 2 holes. One will be 1.5 inch from that raw edge. So we mark a little dot just in the center. And then from that, we mark another dot, and that's going to be 3/4 of an inch. Just like this. So now we have 2 marks, and we will be hole punching this. Again, making sure that we keep it in center, away from the stitch lines. And the second one. Perfect. I already coated the edge, as you see. I used a dark brown edge coat, and you don't even see the raw edge anymore. Now it's just a matter of pushing it through your buckle, and you're finished. And here is your wristlet strap, and it's adjustable, fits. There you go. Perfect. It's cute, it's fast, wonderful. So thank you for joining me in today's video, and I hope you enjoyed what I showed you. And here is your finished wristlet strap. And if you like it, give me a thumbs up again, and please don't forget to subscribe down below and click that little bell. And I will see you soon in my next video, and I wish you happy sewing. See you.